Coming to you from the Fishbowl Radio Network inside Globe Life Stadium in Arlington, Texas. This is the Boardroom with JaCoy James Pugh, LaToya Barrow, and Faustina Nkwacha.
Hey, this is your girl, JaCoy James Pugh. You're with the Boardroom at Black Women's Wall Street, Inc.
Hey, it's LaToya Barrow.
And Faustina Nkwacha. Welcome to the Boardroom.
Welcome.
All right, y'all. Back at it again. How we doing, ladies?
Doing good. How you doing?
Amazing.
Doing good. You know, the rain came through.
It did.
Yeah, it was doing
I was so
something crazy.
worried. I'm like, look, I got to get up here. I can't be trying to get ready and in my heels and walking in the rain.
Oh, no. See, I don't know how to
Lord.
put the heels
But
on.
you know what? None of that matters, ladies, because you all look fabulous. And we
Thank
have
you.
the amazing Yadira Noelle Harrison.
Yes,
Excited,
she's in the
excited.
house. Yeah, we'll be
She
talking
is.
a little bit more about that. And actually, let me
Yes.
get into it for just a second. Let me tell y'all a little bit about the wonderful Yadira Noelle Harrison. Liz, it's special today because this is my homegirl from back in the day. We went to high school. I think we went to junior high school. And it's so fun because it's like you grow up and it's like we're all just goofy. We're just a bunch of kids and you just never know what you're going to be. But then you see that some of us have turned out really well. You know, some of us go the right way and some go the left way. But
And still goofy.
Still goofy. I don't know any other way to be. I really don't.
But
I don't know.
that's coy. That
Right.
is coy.
But Yadira, the thing that I'm excited, and we'll be introducing her officially in just a moment. The thing that I'm most excited about with her is that she has really made a name for herself, right? Like she's working
Yes.
with some big names, some big brands. I mean, just doing it big. And that's really what this is about with the Boardroom. You know, the Boardroom is about challenging and disrupting the norm in the business world. And we're giving a voice and permission to the Black female business owner, right?
Yes.
And so the thing of it is that here, everybody, we have a seat at the table. You're welcome, right?
Join
You-
us.
Yes.
You're welcome
You're
to have
welcome.
a seat at the table. And if you are not welcome at a table in somebody's boardroom, then you need to bring your own, right?
Tables
Yeah.
and chairs. Get your own.
Make your own, build it from the
And
ground
make
up.
them start the meeting all over again. How about that?
How about that? I like that, Faustina. That's girl, yeah,
But
you
tell
better
it.
say
Look.
that.
But Toya, so listen, I know people can't really see us, but what are you wearing? This is a cute. I'm sorry, y'all. This is a really cute dress.
Thank you so much. So this I got again from my girl Arshila Lynn at the Main Event Boutique.
Okay.
I went there. It's a dress, y'all. It's really cute. I do like it. It's got words on here. I don't know if y'all can see this, but if you can, it's got little words on here that says rock and pink and all kinds of stuff. But I thought it was really cute. It's summer, like you couldn't wear this in the winter because it's so thin. So even though it's long sleeve and got a little neck here, it don't do it.
And you know what? You look beautiful, LaToya. And see, that's one of the things we want to talk to the ladies about when we're on these segments, our Beauty and Brain Spotlight. So
Absolutely.
listen, ladies, if you all want us to share who you are and what you do, come on, we'll talk to you a little bit more about that later. But
Yeah.
JaCoy,
Yeah.
what we got going on today? What's going on?
So here's the thing, you know, Black Women's Wall Street, we've been around for a little while now, and it's important that everybody understands who we are and
Yep.
what we're about. So Faustina, talk to everybody about Black Women's Wall Street.
Well, we are an entrepreneurial development organization, a 501c3 nonprofit organization. And the reason we call ourselves an EDO is because we're really about helping women from start to finish.
Absolutely.
We want to take women who are aspiring to become business owners by providing them, empowering them actually by providing business training, financial literacy, and education so that they can impact local and global communities. So we want women to feel empowered, educated, you know, so that they can actually own it, build it, and believe it. And we want women to make sure that they understand that they can do whatever it is they want to do and do it unapologetically.
Absolutely.
Stop asking for permission and stop
Right.
waiting for anybody to give you permission. We want you to be empowered. And that's what we do at Black Women's Wall Street, Inc. It's what we're going to do with the Boardroom. And you'll hear a little bit more about our Idea to Inception program because we want to make sure women understand that we are women in business who empower other women. JaCoy.
Absolutely. So LaToya, let people know how they can get in contact and stay in contact.
Absolutely. So the one and only, or the main way, I would say, not the one and only way, excuse me, but the main way is our website, www.blackwomenswallstreet.org/the boardroom. And women's is plural and possessive, y'all. Okay. And then we have Instagram.
Plural and possessive. Got to throw that in,
You know,
right?
we grammatically correct over here.
And we synchronize.
Yeah. Anyways, so We got Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at the Boardroom Radio Show. On Twitter, we are at Boardroom_radio. And on LinkedIn, we are at the Boardroom Radio.
Awesome. All right. So listen, let's dig into it. So let me give you an official rundown of who this wonderful Yadira Noelle Harrison is.
3 names, people. 3 names.
Three.
Say all 3.
All
okay?
3, right? Okay, so listen, Yadira is the co-founder of Verb. Such a cute name. We want to find out about that more.
Yes.
But she's the co-founder of Verb, a creative consultancy and plus agency, developing brand experiences, partnerships, campaigns, and proprietary platforms for brands such as, wait for it, Airbnb, HBO,
HBO.
FX,
FX.
Lyft, Netflix,
Netflix.
and Everlane.
And Everlane.
All right, and
She
so
did it.
she's been featured in Ad Age, Entrepreneur Magazine, Campaign US, Digiday, and recognized as an inspiring agency leader on Adweek's Creative 100 list. So, like I said, my girl,
Wow.
she been doing it.
Made a
She
name
been doing
for
some things.
herself.
She graduated
Wow.
high school. We haven't seen in a long time, but apparently she been grinding and doing her thing.
Black Girl
So,
Magic.
Black Girl Magic. So,
Yes.
without further ado,
Yes.
the wonderful Miss
phenomenal.
Yadira Noelle
Noelle
Harrison.
Hey!
Welcome, Yadira. So
Welcome.
glad to have you.
I'm glad to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me and for that wonderful intro. I feel like somebody.
You are somebody, girl.
Especially you here at the table, girl,
Yes.
with the boardroom, girl. You are somebody.
Right, and that's something to think. Let me say that as well. Yadira is here in town. She is with us, having a seat
Yes.
at the boardroom
Yeah,
table.
she's physically
So
here.
now, Yadira, you live in Los Angeles.
I sure do.
Flew in.
Yeah, flew in and here in Arlington, Texas, with us. That's dedication.
Yes.
Man, I'm telling you.
I see. That's boss chick.
Uh-huh.
That's a boss chick
Yeah.
stuff right
She
there.
said, let me hop on this plane real quick and do this
Right.
interview.
We're blessed
Yeah.
to have you, okay? We are
Yes.
truly blessed. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Of course.
So, Yadira, let's just dig a little into just who you are. So, tell us a little bit about who you were growing up. What was your life like? You know, because what we want people to understand is that a lot of the boss chicks and the women that you see that are doing big things, they are
Yes.
regular and normal, just like
Just
us.
like us people. That's right.
But they just made a decision in their lives to do something different, to be something different. So tell us a little bit about what it was like for you growing up, you know, as a teenager. What was going on?
Wow. It was a long time.
Know the feeling.
No, I'm originally from Arlington, Texas.
Whoop, whoop.
Here with Jacoy, who we in high school were deemed ourselves the divas.
The divas,
Still
come
are.
on.
Had
are.
jerseys and everything.
All right, now if you a diva, drop a
Still
comment.
are.
But that was really the vibe of that time of like our whole crew were all very ambitious. We all knew we wanted to do something. What that was, we weren't really sure. Was very involved at the time. Working from like Cultural Awareness Coalition to Senior Senate, all types of activities that we were involved in. And I knew for me, this was all leading to something. I knew I wanted to go away from college. I knew that I wanted to be in entertainment. I wasn't sure about the marketing piece of it until I got to college. But I come from a single parent home. I have an older sister who is a teacher and an educator, and so my mom worked for the post office for 30 some odd years, and so I am somebody who, I had a dream, and I always knew, given my personality, I would one day go out on my own. And so once we graduated, I went off to school. I did a year at North Texas, and then I went off to Syracuse and decided like I gotta get away. I want to do marketing. I want to do entertainment. And at the time, it was the height of like celebrity publicist, and I thought that's what I want to do. I'm gonna be a celebrity publicist. And then I
you
saw
did
what they actually did, and was like, no, I don't want to do that. But then decided from there, I'm gonna move to New York and got a job with Macy's, where I was producing the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade and the fireworks and the flower show and all this fun stuff. And I did that for nearly 10 years. And so it all kind of led me to this path. And then after a while, I was just at Macy's, and I kind of felt like I knew my path. If I stayed there, I was going to get boxed in. I knew I would become a vice president and, keep going from there. And I was like, I'm going to be CMO. But then I was like, I feel like I have more to offer, and I feel like I have more to do, and decided, you know what? I'm going to get up. I'm going to take a new job, and I'm going to go to the agency side and go do events from a brand perspective and always, recreating an experience for a brand. So decided I'm going to hop over and really go deeper with experiential marketing, which is really just thinking about how a brand shows up. What's the brand experience? When a consumer decides, they want to interact. So, we're here at the ballpark. There's a lot of experiential that's happening here, right? So every brand wants to show up and do something interesting and different. And so that's what I wanted to do, and started working with Airbnb at this agency called Civic Entertainment Group. And at the time, they were still Cursive Airbnb, and I think I had just heard of them, and I was like, I don't know what this is. And I blinked, and it was like a whirlwind, like country to country, just, from Sundance to South by to, 3 nights at the 40/40 Club doing an event. Like, it was just like always something happening. And after about 5 years of that and really feeling like I was getting boxed in, there was a woman on my team who, by the end, like, we became coast. She was a vice president. I became a vice president. I moved to the West Coast. She took over the business and built it out even more. Her name is Shannon Simpson-Jones, and she became my co-founder. And we decided, we wanted to use all the tools of our toolbox, and we felt like we weren't getting that seat at the table, so we're like, we're going to go out and build our own table. And that's what we did and built Verb.
Oh,
There you go. That was a mini masterclass. Thank you so much. Hope you all were taking notes. Right there.
No, I know that's right. So tell me, whenever you were younger, now, did you think that you would actually be doing what you're doing now then? Did you think that, like, you knew this was what you wanted to do, you just didn't know how to, kind of get there, you just made your way through?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's crazy. I had one of our dear friends, Erica, she actually said to me, we were living in New York at the time, she's like, you wrote this all down in your senior book. If you go back and look in your senior book, and I actually have mine.
Like a senior book.
Wow.
What happened with the senior book?
No, I'm sorry. No, but what caught my attention, she wrote it down.
Yes.
Okay, yes. Write it down, make it plain.
Yeah, I wrote it
Yes.
down. And I wrote down the role I wanted, how much money I was going to make, where I was going to live, all the things that I wanted to do. So it's a weird thing to say, but yes, I did know I would end up here.
Wow, that's amazing.
That's it.
That is, one of the things about Black Women's Wall Street is we want to prepare women for where they're going. And you mentioned that you wrote that down. So when you first heard the news about being featured in Ad Age, what was that like? How did you feel? Because we want women to start thinking about that and write it down as well. What was that feeling like?
It was a great feeling. It was also really weird because at the time it was Ad Age, it was Ad Week, it was Entrepreneur, it was like all of these magazines, and they kept talking to Shannon and I about like, you're 2 Black women founders who started an ad agency, and we're like, this happens every day. It's 2 white guys. It happens all the time, and no one makes it a big deal. But for some reason, it's a big deal when we're doing it. And so it felt really great, and all of this like spotlight on us. But we were just kind of like, we're literally doing what everybody else is doing.
Right. So why is it different?
So why is it so different? And so at the end of the day, it's like you also have to walk in that and realize that there's tons of Black women-owned agencies, tons of Black-owned agencies, folks of color agencies. Yeah. But, this is our story to tell. And especially when we start to talk about why we did it, because we start to feel a little marginalized. We felt like we weren't getting that seat at the table, and that's what inspired us to go out and say, we're going to do it ourselves, and we're going to do it bigger, better, in the way that we want to do it.
Love it.
And that's inspiring because I know a lot of industries are like that. They are white male dominated, and now when Black women do it, it's like,
oh, wow.
They've just done a thing.
They can do it too.
They can do it. Right?
They can do it too.
We're surprised, like how y'all
Shocker.
really can do this. But yeah, y'all. Ladies, seriously, if y'all are out there and y'all are listening, and definitely take what Miss Yadira is saying. Like, if you don't have something that's out there, you don't feel like you're having that seat at the table, go build it.
Create
you
it.
can do it.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
I agree. And here's a question for you. Do you find that you and Shannon, do you still see where there are flickers of the ceiling is where people are trying to count you out or dismiss you or downplay you? Do you still see that happening?
All the time.
Like, I don't know if you can speak to a specific instance. I don't want to give anything up, but I'm just curious.
I can't go too specific of
Right.
just, potential clients or just, potential or just, folks who we, encounter, but it does. It happens a lot with money and fees. And we always said, especially in the beginning, people were like, well, you're new and sometimes I'm like, you're new, you kind of get the undertone of what new might mean, and it's like nothing.
Not as good.
Yeah, I'm like, we're from the same agency, so like nothing changed but the letterhead. The experience is the same.
Right.
So on some level, like the teamwork is the same, the project management is the same, the ideas are the same, the creation is the same. You know, what changed with that? And so we still get very much doubted, and you know, can you do that? Are you able to handle it? It's like, look, we took a brand experience for Airbnb from 1,200 people in San Francisco to 20,000 people in downtown LA, and we did a stop in Paris in the middle for 6,000. So we're able to do anything that you bring to us. And you know, we always talk about we do the never been done before. And so for us, it's like we don't really try to think about how people are trying to limit us, because we're like, we know what we can do. And once you experience Verb, everyone's like, oh no, you need to get with them. So we had to get out our own way a little bit and stop thinking about that. But it happens quite often.
Get out of your own way and get people out of your way too.
Yeah, I'm literally floored at how, even just like with the Airbnb name, how you were saying you took it from 12,000 to 20,000, and then you stopped in Paris for an extra 6. I mean, I'm like, wait a minute, let me get that really
during a
boss
terrorist
level stuff.
attack.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I remember that.
Okay.
That is amazing. And, one of the things I love is the fact that, we hear really truly about women being unapologetic about what they want to do, disrupt the norm, and then shatter the status quo. And I notice on social media that you're really funny and you're so unapologetic. Where did that come from?
Oh, that comes from my mom and my sister. That comes from my mom and my sister. My mom just kind of walks in her truth and always has, and we're a very funny family. My sister very much is the same, and she gets that, but I think she's funnier than I am. But at some point, I just had to say, like, this is me, and I've always been that way.
Yeah.
I've been that way since I was a kid, from junior high to high school. I just had like lofty ideas. Even think about high school. I was telling, I think even Shannon, like, I had a week where I wanted to do different things, and I had a Jackie O day and a Clueless day and a this. And it was always something unique in my head, and so people would come to the post office and say to my mom, like, oh, you're a little weirdo. And you know what? And I'm like, I'm proud of that, right? And so because I'm walking in my truth. So for me, it's just, I don't know who else to be but me, and to be honest about who I am, because someone can relate to me. When I'm having a bad day, someone can relate to me. When I'm having a good day, someone can relate to me. And they can hear my story and hopefully take something away from it that they can, use on their path and their journey.
I love that, and I love the fact that your mom said you're weird. They called you weirdo. My mom said I was weird, and I'm like, oh, okay. And she meant it as a compliment because she wanted me to make sure I understood that I'm different, and that I need to be okay, and I need to be empowered and walk in that. So I love the fact that you're sharing that, so everyone out there understands it is okay to be different because you're unique.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Right.
One thing that I just thought about. Do you remember taking me to a Panamanian picnic?
Yeah, that was right after
that was so much.
That was at the graduation.
That was so. How am I saying it correctly? Panamanian.
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so are the Panamanian picnics still going on?
They, of course, not in 2020, but yes, they very much are. My sister is still involved with the Panamanian Association. We all still get together.
Nice.
Actually, at the ballpark, they host different charity nights and things because it's for scholarships and things for folks in Panamanian descent. So
for those of us, you said Panamanian descent. This is who this is. Like I say, those of us who don't know what this organization is about,
so
tell us.
I was born in my family is from Panama, so we're Afro-Latina, and so we get together. There's a lot of Panamanians in Dallas-Fort Worth, and so forever we've always got together. So when you always hear about like a Jack and Jill, this is like, I would say, like the Panamanian version of like a Jack and Jill, where it was like, where are the other Panamanians at? Let's bring all their kids together.
Got it.
Okay. Love that. Afro-Latina. Love that, yeah.
And it's a lot of, I'm starting to see come up about that as far as talking about Afro-Latinas, because it's something that a lot of people just didn't know about. But it's just really dope that I have known an Afro-Latina for all this time.
Right.
And didn't really know it.
A long time.
All right.
Now you know.
Educated.
Now
Be,
you know.
Be educated.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Okay, so listen, what we are about to do, we are going to continue this discussion with the wonderful Yadira Noelle Harrison, and we're going to dig into some of the business, some things that we can take a page out of your book, Yadira, and understand ways in which we can help other women listening. So we will take a commercial break, and you will be back with us at the Boardroom with Black Women's Wall Street, where you will always have a seat at the table.
Let's keep the conversation going. It's the Boardroom with Black Women's Wall Street Incorporated.
Tailor-Made Consulting Group is your partner when it comes to business consulting. We will provide your business with a variety of tools that can be used to accomplish day-to-day and long-term business goals and objectives. We have specialists that can assist your company with cloud services, digital marketing, business plan development, videography and photography services, business entity formation, search engine optimization, graphic design, web design, printing, and much, much more. We take pride in the relationships we build with our clients, the personalized services we provide our clients, and the results delivered to our clients. We are Google Cloud Partners, Google Resellers, and Google Certified to get you on the first page of Google. Visit TailorMade Consulting Group at BeMyConsultant.com. Try our business scan tool and see your online visibility score for free. Or you can contact us with promo code BWWS for 1 hour of business consulting for free. Visit TailorMade Consulting Group at BeMyConsultant.com. Again, check us out at BeMyConsultant.com today.
You've been looking for fabulous eyewear. Look no further. I Do Eyewear has fashionable optical quality eyewear at a price that allows you to have several pairs to complement your style choice of the day or moment. I Do Eyewear provides fashionable and affordable optical quality eyewear and sunglasses with impeccable customer service while also contributing and giving back to our community. We believe everyone should look stylish, glamorous, funky, or fantastically unique without it costing a fortune. Our mission is dedicated to those committed to fashion or who want to be. We accept flexible spending, healthcare accounts, and we also have a program where we'll mail you some frames to try on before making your final selection. The first thing people see when they look at you is your eyewear or sunglasses, so you might as well show up with your strong eyewear game. Contact us at www.idoeyewear.com or call us 1254-EYEWEAR. That's 1254-EYEWEAR. We look forward to framing you.
Back to the Boardroom with Black Women's Wall Street Incorporated.
All right. You're back with the Boardroom with Black Women's Wall Street Incorporated.
Sinking.
I don't know why Festina wants to synchronize
I love
swim.
it.
She's
I love
synchronized
it 'cause you don't
swimming.
like it. I love it.
Oh my
Because you
Lord.
don't like it.
Somebody send up a prayer.
Disrupt
for
the
me,
noise.
please.
Disrupt
the norm. Okay, we got some.
Look, y'all, I'm not fooling with y'all. So here we go, y'all. I'm going to do some live shout outs real quick for those that are watching. So I have lovely Miss Nicole McHenry is watching.
Nicole.
Shout out to you, ma'am.
Hey, Nicole.
Hello. And Miss Vernille Dico. I hope I'm saying it right.
Yes, Vernie.
Hey, Miss Vernille. I hope I'm saying that right. My apologies if I didn't get that right. I got a hello, ladies, from a Miss Ebony Turner.
Hello,
All right,
Miss
I think
Ebony.
she
She's running for judge.
Yeah, Ebony's running for judge.
judge.
Come on.
Come on now. All right.
We got
and then
some
we got
powerhouse women.
A Janet Thomas, y'all.
Hello, Janet.
All right, a Miss Shirley James Johnson.
Shirley.
That's my mama.
That's
Mama, you better be
Miss
working. I know
Shirley.
you're still at work at the post office. Shout out to my mama.
Yes.
Shirley.
All right, a Kiana Woodard.
Hello, Kiana.
Hello, you guys. Y'all. Thank
you for
y'all for
joining us.
watching and joining us tonight. We appreciate y'all so much for tuning in. Thank you all.
Welcome to the
Absolutely.
Boardroom with Black Women's Wall Street.
So we are still here with the lovely Yadira
Yadira
Noelle
Noelle
Harrison.
Harrison.
And Festina wants to still synchronize swim. We're going to cut that off at some point, y'all. I want y'all to know we're going to pray for it.
Not today, though.
I'm
Not
here
today.
for it. I'm here
Okay,
for it.
so before we start digging into some of the meat and potatoes of business, answer me this question. So finish this sentence, Yadira. You may not know this about me, but how would you finish that sentence?
You may not know this about me, but you may not know this about me, but I'm a huge Harry Potter fan.
What?
I love Harry Potter too.
Yes, like have the wands, have the movies, have a
Oh, my
season
goodness.
pass to Universal, go by myself, get a
Lord.
butterbeer. Like
I haven't had the opportunity to go to Universal Studios, but I cannot wait.
you have to
'Cause
go.
I'm going to see Harry Potter, baby.
Yes.
I love it. I got all 8 of the movies, and we watch it every once in a while as a family because I'm a fanatic. I'm crazy, but I just love it. I love
Yes.
it. Absolutely love it.
They're all back on HBO Max if anyone's
Oh
looking
yes, they
for 'em.
are. They are on HBO Max. Y'all go check them out. Look, we shouting out Harry Potter.
Oh my goodness, that's funny. Okay, yeah. Let's transition back to the topic of the day because y'all lost me.
Yeah.
Lost me completely.
That's
I'm
okay.
like,
You know, we're here right here. We got this. We
y'all,
know what we're talking
Harry
about.
Potter some other time. Okay, we need to talk to you, Mr. Reed. This is a master class. Okay, I'm serious. Come on. Now we're about business here. Okay, so our topic today is about scope, scalability, and self-sufficiency. So connect the dots for us because you're teaching us here. So tell us what is that? What do you mean?
Yeah, for in the ad world, scope and scalability and self-sufficiency, like they all can mean totally different things. And so I'll tell you what I feel like it means for us and for Verb. The scope is really what you do and getting to the heart of what you do. There's a lot of people who say they do everything. And there's a lot of ad agencies who say they do everything. We're very clear on what it is that we do. We do experiential. We do brand experiences. We do proprietary platforms, brand partnerships. Like, we're very clear. So to me, the scope is what is it that you do. When we're talking about scalability, it's like to the level that you do that. Some people want to be small. Yes. Some people want to be medium. Some people want to be large. And some people want to be mega, right? They want to be the next Oprah, Bezos, whatever. And so for us, it's like we struggle right now of like how big do we want to get, because we're right now in a growth spurt, as I like to call it. And as you grow, you try to figure that next part out, which is self-sufficiency. How much can you do? And at the end of the day, it's like you are responsible for the scale, you're responsible for the scope, but you're also responsible for the quality that you are giving to your consumer, your client, whoever it is. And so for me, it's like the thinking about the self-sufficiency of it all is, are you doing it by yourself? You doing it with your team or with partners? How are you bringing that together? But at the end of the day, you are responsible for it. So that's how I would start to connect those dots, just to...
I love that. Okay, anybody out there taking notes, please send me your notes, okay? This masterclass, I'm serious. Oh, I love it, Yadira.
Oh, my goodness. I want to back it up just a little bit, Ms. Yadira. So whenever, in the brainstorming phase of Verb, when did you and your business partner decide that it would be Verb? Like, I'm really interested to know how that name, came about. What was it about Verb? Like, that is a very... interesting name
for a business.
Let me tell you. First of all, there's nothing that helps creativity more than constraint, and for us, it was time. For years, folks were asking us, like, "Okay, we're gonna go out on your own." Even clients were asking, like, "Are you gonna go out on your own?" And we would always say, like, "No, who's doing that anytime soon?" I always assumed from starting an agency, it wouldn't be until way later, and and it was just like, well, why wouldn't I? And so thinking about, who we are and what people reacted to was about action. And it was about making things happen and making them happen fast. And so for us, it was just like, that's who we are. We are action-oriented people. So Verb just made sense for us.
Action word.
Yeah.
Verb.
Yeah.
Literally the definition.
So and the constraint was the time, right? We had to get started. We knew we wanted to have a business. We gave ourselves 100 days to get it together, and we had a week to get a name because we somebody found us and said, "Hey, there's an opportunity here, put something in front of us." And we were like, had all these grand gestures or these ideas of what are we gonna do, what are we gonna call ourselves, and we had all these names, and we were like, you know what, we got to do it, and we got to do it now. We're Verb. Here's the deck. Here's what we do. Here's all the things. So we had to move pretty fast.
That makes so much sense. I love it. That makes so much sense now. Just an action word. I'm like, okay, Verb, like the action. Okay, we got it. Verb.
Put the pieces
it's
together.
Just cute. Just doing it.
Listen, Yadira, one of the things you talked about was experiential. What is an experiential business, and what are the core components of it?
Yeah, we have, I would say, 4 different components. Experiential, for the most part, most people would say it's events. Okay. But as you start to get into brand experiences and so you think about festivals, you think about conferences, you think about, activations, we would say, like if you go to South by Southwest, something like that, when you see a brand pop up, it's concerts, it's really anything that gives you some type of experience that you're walking away with. For the most part, we would say we are experiential, or output agnostic, meaning it's really just about what's the business challenge that the brand has, and how can we best solve it with the marketing solution, which is usually experientially based. So especially given this last year of 2020, we had background in digital and social and all those other different capabilities. So when everybody else was trying to figure out how they're going to go virtual, we knew this is going to be an easy pivot for us. And so that's really where the experiential piece comes from. When we break down our business, it's the proprietary. So what are we building? These are things, our festivals or conferences that we're building ourselves. Then it's the consulting piece of our business, where we are helping other brands stand up their experiential business. How do they want to show up in the world? It's concepting, so creative concepting. A brand says, "Hey, we have this show coming out. What could we do? Here are all the ideas of what you could do. And then the last is really on the we would say the agency part, the production agency part of it, of like, you like the idea, now we'll go produce it for you.
Oh, well, that's amazing. So your business strategy and the planning is really focused on more on the experience of it all.
Yes.
Yeah, and maximizing that.
Yes.
Like
So-
I said, master class here. Y'all are taking notes, I hope. Mhm.
So let's switch gears a
Yes.
little bit. So our show is focused on Black women, challenging and disrupting the norm in the business world. So Yadira, in your opinion, what is one thing or one way that we as Black women should disrupt the norm in business and in the boardroom?
You know, I would say speak up. And I know that
Yes.
sounds really, easy, right? But speak up, because that is truly the only way that we are going to make major shifts.
Yeah.
And it's hard. It's hard to sometimes say something if you're the only person at the table, or maybe you weren't even at the table, but you heard about something. But it helps us when we speak up. It also helps when we see who's around us and uplift each other and bring each other to the table and try to really figure out, how best can we work together to serve, our both of our goals, both of our purposes. And so with Black women, we love working with Black women. So many of our clients are Black women. There's also there's an unspoken language between us, so we just know what we're going through, especially if you're talking about in the corporate world, in executive entrepreneurship, when you're talking about things like capital and funding and that type of thing. There's nothing we love better than even just talking with other production agencies or Black women-owned agencies, when we can have that common language or work together. How do we all come together to do something? Or, hey, we can't do this, here's something for you. Again, I want to make sure that you're sitting at the table. So for me, that's the best way that I can see us all coming together and like making it a better experience for all of us.
So speak up, ladies.
Right.
Yes.
That's the
Speak up.
word.
Unapologetically
Speak
so.
up.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So explain to us what Verb offers to its clients and why prospective clients would seek you out for your services.
Yeah, if you want, we said you want a regular event. You want a
Regular.
you want a 10 by 10, or
Regular.
you want a conference that, is just kind of the same old, call somebody else. You want an experience. You want someone to truly be immersed in your brand and understand what your brand is about, and to think about the nuances of how that works for that particular core audience. There is no more 18 to 54, everybody, male and female. That doesn't work anymore. That's not the world we live in.
Yeah.
So for us, it's really like, what are those niche groups that we need to really talk to, and how do we get your brand to talk to them, those folks really specifically, and ensure that they feel immersed, they feel seen. And so for us, that's really where we're coming from, and that's what makes us, I feel, so different.
That's awesome. Okay, so when we're talking about business, it's all about revenue, cash flow, return on investment. So what are some of the things that you want people to bear in mind and just not do that could possibly nix their business strategy, their planning, their marketing and branding?
Let me tell you what I want people to not do. I want people to stop going into business and thinking about taxes and accountants and, entities and all that stuff later. Think about that first. So much people want to get to like the fun of your business, and we saw this with the PPP loans. There were so many businesses out there, especially Black women-owned businesses, who couldn't get funding because they weren't set up, and they didn't have some of those. And here's the thing: the PPP loan to me showed so much of. We have wonderful accountants. We have a wonderful attorney. We have all these wonderful resources, and we realize that not everybody had that. Not even folks who we were, peers to had this. And so we were able to say, like, here's what we're learning from our accountants. Let me come and tell that to you. And why that's so important is because that is truly how you want to understand and manage your cash flow. You want to ensure that you have money for marketing. You want to ensure that you can, hire or not hire before you're ready to. Have all that stuff together. If you are a partnership or you are an S Corp or whatever that is, get all of that stuff and that paperwork together, because that's the stuff that sinks companies. And that's the stuff that doesn't set you up when it is time to go apply for a grant, a loan, something else. You don't have all these things on paper. So I want people to stop thinking about all the fun part first and all the that is all going to be there. You have to be equally as diligent about the operations part and the business operations part of your business.
Love that.
And I'm glad you said that. It does, and that's exactly where I was going. It speaks to our Idea to Inception program, which is focusing on the nitty gritty of that. Like, we are talking about truly the bare bones, like establish fundamental and foundational piece of the business. You know, you can get to the fun stuff later, right? We know that it's going to be fun when you have your name and your website and your social media set up, and it's going to be fun when the money starts rolling in. But at the end of the day, you've got to take the time to understand what is the best business entity for you. You know, understanding the tax and legal implications that go into establishing a business. So it's thank you for saying that.
Absolutely. She said it very eloquently.
I mean, thank you so much. So what would you say has been the most difficult part of getting Verb off the ground?
I'm going to tell the truth, right? We gave ourselves a 3-month runway, and in 3 days, just based on our goodbye notes, we were off and running with 3 clients. And we're like, great, this is amazing. And so we felt so good that what we didn't think about was like the biz dev part of that, client acquisition. Like, it was like, we're good. We're going along. We're good. And then it was like you blinked and it was like, wait a minute. Where are the rest of our clients? Like, what's going on here? And that was a tough time because we were so used to being, especially at our previous agency, you know, business is coming to you. Here's the account that you were on. Now it's us of like, oh, we got to go get the account. We got to go do that. And so that was our first, like tough moment of like, oh, we have to rethink how we approach this. We can't wait on somebody else to save us. We got to save ourselves. We got to do this ourselves. The second hump was, of course, 2020. We were on our way for, you know, going into spring of 2020, and we blinked and it was like, yeah, no, everything is getting canceled and everything is getting rolled back. And we weren't even in that first wave of cancellations. We were like, our clients were still like, no, we're moving, we're still going. And then it kind of like fiddled away, and then it was like, oh, we're not really doing anything. We had some really big things planned at that time. And it was tough, and we had to, you know, cut salaries. We had to, you know, downsize. We got rid of offices. We did all of this stuff. But because of what I was talking about, the operations piece, we were prepared. We had our business model, our financial models. We had 7 different models, from like the best of what could happen to the worst of what could happen.
Sounds like a business plan.
Sounds
like a business plan.
And that helped us, and that really helped us. And the next thing we know, we blinked, and Airbnb came with an idea and said, hey, you know, we want to do something with Fresh Prince, and we were at the Fresh Prince house, and the next thing I know, 2020 was like back on and better than ever before, and we were able to really ride it out based off of, you know, being prepared. And we had to make some really tough decisions, but I would say those were the 2 toughest, you know, learnings for us.
Got it. Okay, so tell us then, what are ways in which Verb has reset the standard and raised the bar?
I would like to say everything we do,
but she said everything. Girl, you better say it. Everything.
I think, you know, we always say that for us, especially with agencies, every agency has a point of view, and so do we. Our point of view is it should feel as turnkey for any client that's working with us. Not only do you get this creative excellence that we bring, it's also operational excellence. It's project management excellence. And there hasn't been a client who's worked with us yet who's like, oh, no, I don't know how to work with them. Every time they're like, y'all bring us and make us better. You bring us great ideas. You do things for us that we didn't even know that we needed. We didn't know we needed strategy. We didn't know we needed to have an influencer campaign. We didn't know this is how we need to show up in the world. We didn't know we need to be more sophisticated than we've been. So for us, it's really about, you know, we have a high creative and operational excellence. How do we bring that to the client? And to me, I feel like that's what raises the bar. And when you work with us, you feel it, and you feel it almost immediately.
Right. So it's just like every part of my business, or your business, I'm speaking for you, like of my business, is where we make the client feel like they are raised automatically just by being connected.
I love that. And that's that experiential business model. And so when you're talking about that, what is it people need to think about when they're crafting their own strategy, really quickly?
What do they need to think about? How are you different? What is your value proposition? What are you giving to a client? So, you know, some agencies will say we're the best creative in the world, and I think we have great creative. We have amazing creative. the difference maker is, how do you get there? Does the client feel like at the end of the day that process felt as turnkey as possible, and they want you back because they're like, yeah, that makes sense.
Master class right there,
Master
y'all.
class. I
Masterclass.
want some more
Was everybody
time.
taking notes?
Send
us your notes.
I want some more time. No, I want some more time because I'm really digging this conversation. Like, you really are giving us some nuggets, and it's coming from a Black woman that has built herself from absolutely ground zero all the way up. So I just appreciate those nuggets that you've given us, Yadira. All right, so listen, we are going to go into the beauty and brains segment. LaToya, you want to talk to people about what that's about?
I definitely will. All right, ladies and gentlemen, for the beauties and brains segment, me and Faustina will be hosting that part of the radio show. And for any woman that is absolutely killing it in the game, y'all need to visit our website and submit your business. We want to shout you out. We want to recognize you, put a spotlight on you so that people know about you. So you can visit us at www.blackwomenswallstreet.org/the boardroom, and you'll see a section where you can actually submit your business. So we cannot wait to hear from you guys.
We're so excited.
I know, we're so excited, man. We
ladies.
can't wait for you ladies to be able to be represented. And, you know, we're just excited. And I'm so excited to sit here with Miss Yadira. And put your business in there. Look, she already on here, but put your business in there, Miss Yadira. But seriously, y'all, we really want to hear from you guys. We want to shed some light on you. We want to promote you and just, you know, be a part of the boardroom. Come and have a seat at this table now.
Yes,
come on now.
Absolutely.
Yes.
All right. So listen, you are with the Boardroom with Black Women's Wall Street, Inc., and we are just so appreciative. Again, thank you so much, Yadira. Really quick, can you tell people how they can get in contact with you?
The best way is on LinkedIn, Yadira Harrison, or on Instagram at Because Yadi. And if you want to get in contact with Verb, we are a referral-only business. So if you find us, we can talk.
All right, we found her. So we gonna talk. We gonna talk.
We gonna talk.
One last thing. What's coming up for Verb?
Oh, a lot. We have projects with Airbnb. We just wrapped up a Pride campaign for FX. It's a lot. We're doing
Just stay tuned,
festival.
right?
It's a lot.
Just stay tuned.
Going on.
Because Yadi.
Yes.
Hit her up.
All right, so just as you've heard, we have been here. We've had a really wonderful time with Yadira Noelle Harrison. Thank you so much for joining us
you for
today. We
having me.
appreciate
Yes,
you dropping
thank
those
you.
nuggets.
Yes.
And listening in, you are with the Boardroom with Black Women's Wall Street, Inc., where you will always have a seat at the table.
And yes, I'm sinking, Jacoy.
Oh.
Empowering Black women business owners. It's the Boardroom.
Experience life beyond shea butter with Nappy and Happy Bath and Body Products. Nappy and Happy is a premium organic bath and body brand specializing in vegan products infused with organic erotic butters and oils. With our handmade soaps, soufflés, luxurious lotions, body sprays, and more made for women and men. Nappy and Happy's Wet Whip Body Polish is infused with a skin-loving blend of Brazilian cupuaçu butter straight from the Amazonian rainforest with our tropical organic mango butter scented with a delicate blend of orange blossoms and citrus notes that are dried down to a soft and powdery fragrant finish. If you're looking for something to pamper your body, we have exactly what you need. Experience life beyond shea butter with Nappy and Happy Premium Organic Bath and Body Products. Available now at www.nappyandhappy.com.
Are you a Black woman who wants to be a business owner? Do you feel that your voice is unheard? Do you need direction and support to get to the next level in your business? And do you want to be inspired by some of the top Black women in business? Join the Boardroom with Black Women's Wall Street Incorporated with Jacoy James Pugh, LaToya Barrow, and Faustina Nkwacha as they empower, educate, and equip Black women in all areas of business and financial literacy. These ladies will challenge and disrupt the norm in the business world by giving a voice and permission to the Black female business owner. The Boardroom with Black Women's Wall Street Incorporated is a different kind of talk show that focuses on sharing tips and spilling the tea in all things business. It's time to reset the standard and raise the bar. So why not invest in yourself? Get the business information you want and need weekly in the Boardroom with Black Women's Wall Street Incorporated, where you always have a seat at the table.
All right.
Like and follow us at the Boardroom Radio Show.
All right. This is the Boardroom with Black Women's Wall Street, Inc. This is your girl, Jacoy James Pugh. We've had so much fun with Yadira Noelle Harrison. Again, thank you. Thank you so much for spending some time with us today. All right, so now it's time to say goodbye.
It is.
To all our family.
Jacoy did say she's goofy, people.
Y'all, she is. She keeps us rolling.
No, but seriously, next week, we are so excited about our guest next week. We have Lavanya Aduba.
That's right.
With Nore Skin and Health.
That's
all right,
my
so
sister.
That's Latoya's sister.
And shout out to her. It's her birthday today. Happy birthday.
Yeah, so we're excited. So how can people get in contact with Black Women's Wall Street, Inc.?
All right. Once again, we're on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at The Boardroom Radio Show. On Twitter at Boardroom_radio. And LinkedIn at The Boardroom Radio.
And what are ways that people can invest in Black Women's Wall Street?
Word.
Invest.
And I want to say, this is Fastine again. I want to say thank you so much, Yadira. It was a pleasure having you. Listen, we talk about investing in Black Women's Wall Street and not just making a donation. And we really want you to support our Idea to Inception program because it is about empowering Black women in business. And by Black women, we need African and African American women who are aspiring to become business owners or are already in business and have been in business for less than 3 years and just need those foundational business principles, the business training, financial literacy, and education so that they can impact the local and global communities. And that's what our Idea to Inception program is about. Go to our website, check us out. And Jacoy, we want them just to connect with us because being here in the boardroom, it's about empowering Black women. We have our small business consulting services that we're also going to be offering. Anything and everything related to Black women, that's what we do. So support us, invest in us, and you're investing in the women that we serve. Jacoy?
Absolutely. So we've got some fun stuff coming up. We have our network mixer that's going to be coming up on Saturday, September the 25th.
September 25th.
More information is going to be coming out on that. We're going to be, can we say where we're going to be? We are going to have our mixer on the showroom floor of Park Place. Park Place Motor Cars in Arlington, Texas. We're really excited about that.
Thank you.
We have another, our gala.
Yes.
Our inaugural gala.
I2I Gala.
I2I and Idea to Inception Gala. That's going to be happening on Saturday, October the 23rd.
Okay.
And help me, Fastine. This is where I need the synchronized swimming.
Synchronized swimming,
Okay, I need the
where was it? Park Place.
Park Place, same place. So we're going to be back
Same
on the
place.
showroom
Thank you,
floor.
Park Place.
Yeah,
Yes,
absolutely.
yes.
So we're excited about that so we can showcase all of the ladies that are going through our Idea to Inception program.
And shout out to the ladies participating. It's a grind, but you're going to get through it.
Yeah. So remember, you heard from Yadira. She said you've got to have a plan. You got to do the dirty work first.
Fundamentals.
So we're doing the fundamental things.
This is live,
right
y'all.
now.
Live. Yes, and our next session is the business plan that Yadira talked about. Got to have that. So yes, go to Eventbrite. Latoya, right? Go to Eventbrite and register. We have events.
Go to Eventbrite and register for that next class. It's just going to be the single class, not the full program, but each class is on there every week. So make sure to go register if you want those fundamentals, ladies.
I2I, June 26th. Join us 10 a.m.
Join us.
Yes.
Great fun.
Absolutely.
So much fun.
Did y'all have fun?
Had a blast. I'll miss Yadira. Thank you so much. Yadira Noelle Harrison.
Latoya.
Look, we gonna Harry Potter. We gonna connect.
Right.
I'm coming, and we gonna go
Lord.
together.
Yes.
Boy, we will not be there.
We won't be there in the studio.
I will walk you all the way around.
Yes, ma'am. I'm looking forward to that.
We'll go shopping and sightseeing, Jacoy, while they do all that Harry
we'll
Potter stuff.
synchronize
Yeah, and so,
swim.
thank you
Y'all
so
are
much.
so funny.
Appreciate you.
Y'all,
Thank you.
That's okay.
Synchronized
Don't
swim.
hate. Don't hate on Harry Potter.
No hate. No, we show love. We
You know what,
appreciate.
but
We don't
I'm
hate.
I am actually into some of the sorcery type stuff and the wizardry.
You
type.
lost me. Okay.
I am
bye.
up with that.
Yeah,
Like I
okay.
grew up with that. The book came out or whatever, and as soon as the first book came out, I read it. So that's Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. I read that, and then the movie came out. I was done reading. I was watching all the movies. I was like, oh my god.
I want y'all to know Latoya is the youngest one of
Yeah.
them. So I mean, it
But
makes
listen,
sense.
but
Yeah, she's the baby of the house.
I like Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Oh, me too.
Alvin and the
Okay,
Chipmunks.
see, we can relate. Thank you, Yadira.
I'll
Alvin
take
and
the
Chipmunks.
Goonies.
You-
Give me the
Oh,
Goonies.
yeah,
Y'all know about the Goonies.
I like the Goonies too. I like the Goonies
Oh, we
too.
did say
That
we're
big
silly
brother.
on here, didn't we? Did we tell them?
Yeah,
That we're going to be silly?
I was goofy.
Okay, well,
I wear that
well, we'll
crown.
be
I'm
silly
goofy.
here, y'all. Hope you had fun. We did.
We still got Harry
This is
Potter.
the boardroom with Black Women's Wall Street Inc.
Right, that's what we do.
No, okay, let's synchronize it. This is the boardroom with
Black Women's Wall Street Inc.
No, we got to work on
Oh,
that.
that sounds good though.
Did that sound good? Okay, we got to practice that. Maybe we can do that. And listen, before we leave, we need everybody to understand that we have the amazing executive producer Cindy B.
Cindy B.
Think about Cindy B.
You hear in the background? I'm telling you, she's been cracking
the whip.
She's been cracking that whip today,
Oh my
y'all.
goodness,
She's been
y'all.
cracking that
So
whip.
like, y'all better get it together over here.
All right,
This is the Boardroom with Black Women's Wall Street Income, Christina Kwacha.
And I am Latoya Barrow.
And this is your girl, Jacoy James Pugh.
Yes,
up in the house.
Yes. Thank y'all so
Thanks, everybody,
much.
for
Y'all
joining us.
amazing.
All right,
All
we'll
right,
see you next week.
time.
Yes.
All right, the
On the
Boardroom with Black Women's Wall Street Inc., where you will always
Have a seat at the table.
Woo!
I finally got one.
Hey, this is Duke of Duke's Custom Builds. If you are interested in joining the limitless world of PC gaming or don't know where to start on PC upgrades, that's when you call or text me at 6